This is Trabr. We're creating the technology and the ecosystem for everything building. We're creating a market network which boasts a marketplace and a mobile-first, cloud-based suite of project control tools for builders, consumers, trades, suppliers, for everybody. All on the smartphone, all remote, all mobile, all for building. This is Trabr, and this is a building conversation. So good afternoon, this is Tony Huxley from Trabr Limited. I'm delighted to welcome you today, and I'm joined by Blandin de Chalin from BDC Building Services. G'day, Brett.
G'day, how are you?
I'm really good. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you making the time to do so today.
Not a problem.
So look, if I could ask slightly off on a different tangent here, but it's really relevant to the issue. We've just been talking about it with communication, and particularly communication as to how to manage people's expectations. But communication, I guess, where I want to go with this is communication in terms of technology. So to what extent has technology factored into how you're responding to customers and their needs and expectations today?
So if I think of my father-in-law communicating back when I first started, everything was written down and then he'd go home and make phone calls. Yeah. So he'd leave at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and go make phone calls and order.
To get ready for the next day.
To get ready for the next day. Yeah. And same through another older builder that I used to work for. We were up the mountains and he used to have an old portable phone, which cost him a bomb.
The old briefcase job, yeah.
Cost him a bomb back in the day, and that's how he communicated, and he was quite advanced in that way. But to be able to do things architecture-wise...
Yep.
Without that communication, it's a totally different ball game. Once again, everything's about speed, and things have sped up so quick because of that factor, So getting some clarity on sizes, style, design, everything communication is massive. Definitely with and then for me, picture says 1,000 words, so it's all about that picture on your paper. If you've got it, it means something and you can move forward.
So how are you using technology to communicate with clients? I mean, I know, I get it. You've got the tattered and battered mobile phone there next to you on the couch. Is that sort of what you rely on, or what other tools do you use? Phone's pretty much 90% of it. iPad very little. Yep. I've had iPads, I've had laptops. Yep. On it. When you're on site, I'm very hands-on. I'm always at work, so to get. And if you're not, your hands aren't being used, you're not being productive. Exactly. If there's a laptop there, it's getting wrecked pretty quickly, and I've witnessed that. iPads, they get scratched, dropped, broken. Phone goes in the pocket. Protective case. That's generally the best thing. Yep. It's not the biggest thing to view, and but without the phone's 90% of it. Emails, apps. Pictures, messages. Yep. That's pretty much it. Spreadsheets is a big one. So to send those things quickly, client, architect, myself, big factor these days. Very different to when I first started. There was a once a week meeting, and that was everything. So if there was something. So is it fair to say that if it isn't remote, if it isn't mobile first, it's pointless to you? Pretty much, yeah. Yeah? Yep, mobile is the... Because your life's mobile. The minute. Yeah. Yeah, of the minute is the mobile. It goes beep, you're on. Yeah. You're active. If it's, 3-4 hours later, sorry, you might miss... We've reduced the window opening, things like that, so... But as you just pointed out, you referred to apps, so you're not just using the phone just to call people, you're using it to do other... Yeah, all day long. So you're ordering things on apps, you're communicating on the apps, you're also recording things on the apps, you're doing your diary on the apps, you're doing your site meetings for the day, you're doing your minutes on the app. I use pretty much the phone for everything. Yeah. Not much goes in the diary these days because the phone is the way it is. That's the way I've been working out, so... Not only just myself, but my boys as well. Everything goes in the app and it gets sent to me, so everything is working well in regards to
just recording and documenting and everything being clear, so I can go back and therefore charge for it or reference it.
Yeah, and particularly when you got a homeowner's warranty cover to maintain for the next 7 years.
Definitely, and the things with variations, you can record that, and the variations, if you go over your 20%, you need to up your home warranty relative to that.
Cover that, sure.
To cover that, and then it needs to be charged to the client. There's money you miss if you don't have that recorded.
Yep.
And ticked off quickly.
And all of a sudden your profit can disappear if you don't cover it.
Exactly.
So you just bring up an interesting point, and I was actually going to ask next about this. Do you, even though it's primarily residential renovations, do you work under normally fixed price or cost plus contracts?
Pretty much. Or
does it vary?
I'd probably say 70-30. I'd go 70 fixed price, and the other 30 cost plus.
And is that a function of the customer's preference or your preference because of the job, or what are the variables?
And sometimes both.
Yeah.
Sometimes governed by the architect. The architect will say, look, they're at the stage where they're trying to decide on the go. And I'll say if they're deciding on the go, they need to do a cost plus because the hold-ups, the time to decide, I'm happy for them to decide when they're will and ready. But everything for us is about being efficient. They want us to be efficient. Give us the detail and we can be efficient. Without that detail.
And is the fixed price a function more of customers' preference to know this is the outcome and I can plan and budget accordingly, or is it more a drive?
And you seem to go to that scale of job cost where they go to a point where, for example, I'd put it between the $300,000 and the $700,000 mark. They're the ones that really want a fixed price. When you go above that,
it's more about
they're willing to go, okay, let's do cost plus, and you communicate how.
Yeah, I have a vision. I want it to come to life, and I don't care what it costs.
Yep. And you say, no probs. These are how you can control what it costs, and these are the clear ways in which I'll show you as we go forward, the weekly progress claims, and that way things don't get out of control. But that generally is the scale. The smaller scale jobs are the ones that have the fixed price, and as they go up, they tend to go into cost plus.
Yep.
The more detail and things like that.
Interesting. Brett Blandin de Chalin from BDC Building Services, thanks so much for making the time to join us. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Much welcomed anytime.
Good on you.
Cheers.